So recently I faced an issue with my split unit. It had stopped working and leaked some water. I was trying to figure out what it is, what the issue is. I called some HVAC guys. One guy I called and he was going to stop by, but then we talked about what the potential issue could be. He wasn't sure, so he was going to just charge me to diagnose it or take a look at it, but he wasn't really an expert in mini splits. So we worked out where basically he wasn't going to come out. I was going to troubleshoot some things on my own. He gave me some advice as well, like clean the filter, take a look outside, make sure that the coils are clean and things like that. So good advice. I took care of that, but that didn't stop the issue. The issue was still there. The split unit would run for a little bit and then it would stop. Then you'd have to reset it. You reset it, it'd run for a little bit, then it would stop again. So this reminds me of a story. Let me read that story for you because it will be easier for me and you'll get more out of it if I read it rather than try to explain it to you. So here's the story. A large manufacturing company faced a critical problem. One of their most important machines suddenly broke down, halting production and costing the company significant money every minute it wasn't operational. The company technician tried everything they could to fix it, but nothing worked. In desperation, the company called in a seasoned technician with decades of experience in the specific type of machinery. The expert arrived, examined the machine carefully, listened to the sound it made, and studied its parts for about 10 minutes. He then pulled out a small hammer and gently tapped a specific valve. Immediately, the machine roared back to life, operating perfectly as before. The company was relieved until they received the technician's invoice, $10,000. Shocked at the high cost for what seemed like such a simple task, the company requested an itemized invoice. The technician complied and sent them the following breakdown. Tapping with a hammer, $1. Knowing where to tap, $9,999. So the moral of the study, the moral of the story is that experience has a value. So I will show you what I used to solve the mini split problem in just a second. But I spent almost a week troubleshooting, figuring things out, and it almost seemed like nothing worked. I went online, read some reports or basically where there are FAQs and things like that, and just tried different things that other people suggested, and then one of those things actually worked. So let me show you what that was, so that if you're facing an issue with your mini split when it's hot outside and you're using the AC portion of it, maybe this will be helpful for you. So here's the inside portion of the mini split that I have. This is a Daikin model, and what I found that caused the issue for me, first it would run again for a little bit, maybe an hour, and then it would turn off. Then you had to reset the switch in order to turn it back on. And what I found was this little thing here. It's a thermistor probe. So I got a new probe, plugged it in, and it's been working ever since. So if you run into an issue where your mini split turns off and then you can't get it back on until you reset it, and then it turns off again, this may be the issue. Now, I'm not an expert in HVAC, but if you run into this challenge, try this and see if it helps. Let me know if it does. Thank you. So all this, I wanted to make a point, and that is that you need to find the right expert. If you find the right expert, then they will be able to save you time. But if you find the wrong person, wrong technician, what will end up happening is they will be doing all the trials, the testing, checking one thing, checking another thing, and not knowing where the issue may be, and thereby not saving you any time, and you're still paying for it. So if you find the right expert, they'll be able to pinpoint the issue, right away or very quickly. If you find the wrong person or the wrong expert, then you may be paying for them to learn. Either way, you're helping them, so it might be okay in the long term. But in the meantime, find the right experts and they'll be able to help you properly.